Alright everybody, welcome to another interview here at Gamescom. We are of course at WCA currently, and we have amongst Team Liquid and a few other teams like Na'Vi and Alternate Fancy, also Fnatic here. We already had an interview with Breeze, and today I have Lowell with me, the captain of Team Fnatic. Lowell, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your name, where you come from, how old you are, and how exactly you got into esports?
Yeah, sure. So my nickname's Lowell. My name is Joachim. I have no idea how to pronounce it in English. I'm 22 now, almost said 21. From Switzerland. I mean, was born there, but like origins like Portugal, Brazil. Yeah, that's about it for like real life. Then I've like been playing games for, I don't know, all my life. And yeah, now we're on Heroes of the Storm and we're doing pretty good.
One question that I have is, what exactly did you do before you went into pro gaming? You have been a pro gamer for quite a bit, you make a living out of it, you of course have big plans for the future and really want to take off with Heroes itself. But what was the original idea before you decided to become really a full-time gamer?
Like for the longest time I really didn't know what to do, like job-wise. Then when I was like mid-teenage years, I got like super sick. So I had to drop everything. I was basically in bed for almost 2 years. Like I could basically only play games. That's when I started getting like really good at games. Like back in the day it was World of Warcraft Arena. I was like, I don't know, maybe in top 50 U or something like that. That's where I met some guys like Mene, for example. From there on, like I never really dropped it anymore. I met Fred towards the end of that, and we started like wanting to do a team together in whatever game. That's when Guild Wars 2 came out, and we created a team that was basically the best on the game until we quit. And even when we quit, like Fred and I kept playing a bit for another sponsor team at the time. Then we dropped the game because it had no future. And during our Guild Wars 2 time, like Blizzard announced Blizzard All-Stars, which became Heroes of the Storm. And we knew we wanted to go for it if Guild Wars 2 didn't work, so we did it and it worked, so yeah.
So you actually like played together with the boys for a very long time. You started in the alpha, and for the longest time you were playing for My Insanity, so you had a bit of a deal with them, but you were always looking for a bigger team. And then in the end you joined up with Fnatic. How did that work out with you so far? Is it everything that you expected? Is it really the team that you were looking for, or do you have like any things where you think there could be still a bit of improvement when it comes to Heroes of the Storm?
To be honest, like, and this is not even me trying to be like super nice because they're sponsoring us or anything, but I don't think you can expect better, sincerely. It's from what we've seen both in our sponsors in Guild Wars 2 and early sponsors on Heroes of the Storm. Fnatic is as good as it gets. Like, you cannot expect better, and we've been really lucky with them. They've been very good to us, and they really want to invest into Heroes, not only as us as a team, but like, you know, to kind of make the first real figures out there and create something good for the community. So
talking a little bit about the Heroes of the Storm team, for the longest time you had a team of 5 players, and just recently that changed. So you had a few players joining the team, namely of course Wooby and Breeze, that both came from Fnatic. You had Mena also moving in as Shinobu went back to the US. How did all those changes come to pass? Like, didn't it work out on a like personal basis? Was it more a gaming thing, or did a few of the players just decide that the life of a pro gamer isn't right for them? What exactly triggered the switch in the lineup?
It was a bit of everything. I guess what really triggered the big changes was personal problems between some of the players, like that forced us to do something at some point. That's when we started the changes. There's also like we had a couple gaming house issues for a bit. Like we didn't have internet for a while. Like really stuff that technical issues that could not be predicted by anyone. That impacted a lot some of the players. Performance like was really bad, and it made it really easy to have personal issues between them. So yeah, a change was needed and it ended up happening, so yeah.
So Fnatic committed really early to a gaming house that is located in Poland. After the event, for the first time, you are going to be able to play with the new lineup over there in the gaming house. Everything is set up. Those technical difficulties that you talked about earlier are already gone. So you now finally have an opportunity where you can really dedicate the time and play that you want. How exactly do you expect the team to perform from there on? What, like, you've been playing with the guys now for a few weeks online, and you already, I think, see a bit of improvement there. So what exactly is your goal there? What exactly do you expect from the team, given a few weeks where you can really just try and smooth out all of the edges?
So, you know, for now, we weren't really ever able to use the gaming house as well as we could and should have, because technical issues and then personal issues. Right now, I expect us, sincerely, when I see like the group, like the 5 of us, it's working wonderful. Everyone likes everyone. We do a really good job together. There's no, you know, no one is like getting super defensive or anything. Everyone accepts when they do something bad. Like, you know, everyone fucks up, and we're all big enough to acknowledge it, and we're fine when others fuck up because we know we do as well. So we improve from there. Sincerely, with Gaming House, I really expect us to work super, super hard, and my expectations to like the upcoming months is, well, we're gonna crush everyone.
Do you have a certain schedule, like a training schedule, or anything that you do? Is there a certain routine to the house, or do you just play when you feel like it? Like, what exactly is the schedule going to be? Do you even have maybe like a coach that is trying to set something up for you so that you have your daily routine that you go through?
We have 3 blocks of scrims of like 2 hours each, because much more than that is not really productive, because if one of the teams keeps losing really hard, they just will perform even worse. So yeah, we have 3 blocks of scrims with different teams. Outside of that, we have solo practice. That one is a bit more free, I guess, but not real. I mean, it's mandatory, but the hours you do it is a bit more free, because we try to put streaming in there as well and stuff. So.
One of the newest additions that you have to the team is Breeze, one of the Navi players, and he's 16 years old. He's going to live with you guys. He's extremely young for a player that already dedicates to like a pro gamer life and really wants to give it a shot. Do you expect any problems because of age?
No, not at all. Like, he is really, really mature for his age. It's always scary when we play with someone younger, because like, if I think back on myself when I was 16 playing WoW Arena, dude, I was horrible. Like, you fuck up, I destroy you. You don't want to play with me anymore. Is really, really, really down to earth, and he accepts mistakes, both from him and from others. He improves on it. He's like a great, great presence on like LAN. Well, with all the shouting and stuff, like he amps you up. And I think right now he's probably the best tank in Europe. And I don't know, give that guy a couple of years, he might just be the best player in the world.
You also had a switch in lineups, well, not in the lineup, but actually in roles that people played. Wubi, when he joined you, was first playing the support role. He switched over. Main is now mostly a support player, even though before that he was one of the assassins that you used. What exactly triggered that change, and how did that influence your play?
Mane was never close to the fact that he could support. Like, he didn't really mind it. He was a support, like on WoW. When we played together on WoW, he was like healer and stuff. He doesn't mind supporting as long as he's supporting good people. So, like, he really doesn't mind. And for Wubi, it was more the fact that he felt too limited in both his shot calling and play by just playing support. And if kind of the most important guy in your team, because he's shot caller, cannot play good or doesn't feel good playing, you're in for a tough ride. So we decided to make the change now, and it's been paying off. So yeah.
Talking a bit about the Heroes of the Storm scene, is there any team out there where you really feel that is your rival, or where you feel like you really want to beat these guys, that you would consider as a team that you have a personal relationship in a negative way to, like a little bit of a rivalry?
I don't know if you can talk about rivalries yet, but I mean, of course, there's some friendly beef, I guess, between Navi and us because of the player swap. They've been doing great after the swap, so I'm really happy for them. And now we want to practice enough with our team and like crush them, prove that our swap was more worth it. So
yeah, they've actually been bantering the entire week already in the player area and also at the hotel, so it was pretty fun. We still went out for dinner with them yesterday, so it's still friendly banter, but it's cool to see something like that happening. Besides those changes, now you go to the team house, and well, What exactly do you think can the team achieve in the future, let's say like a year from now? So what's the goal? I mean, we have like big tournaments coming up, so what is the plan? I mean, right now we have WCA, for example. You can maybe talk a little bit about this. Did you already expect to do as well as you did in those relegation matches that we had with the groups? And how exactly do you see Fnatic in, let's say, at the end of the year? Do you think you guys have a shot at BlizzCon? Do you think, how do you think the next year is going to go?
If we're talking like short term, because I think EU regionals, BlizzCon, etc., it's relatively short term, because when you think about it, it's really 2-3 months. I will be able to give like a more certain answer after maybe 2 weeks in Gaming House, but I really expect us to get either first or second seed in EU regionals and go to BlizzCon. There, I don't know what to expect too much from other regions. I think the only real competition would be from China, because they have the best Korean teams, which is weird. But yeah, that's what we expect. Either like toughest competition should be either other European team, probably Navi, which I expect Navi and us to go. So probably Navi or Chinese teams, Korean teams. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting that you didn't mention Team Liquid. So Navi, as one of the big competitors, is definitely a given, especially after the performance that we've seen in the last few weeks. But after the loss that we saw yesterday, do you think that Team Liquid's times are past?
Liquid's really good, but I just think both Navi and us are better, and it will solidify with time. That's all.
One last question that I still have. How much do you bench, bro?
Recently, I think my max was like 110, that's all. I'm weak, man. I'm weak.
All right, Lowell, thank you very much for the interview. Do you have any shout-outs that you want to give? Anything that you want to add?
I really need to thank Fnatic, because they've been awesome to us. Like, they've allowed us to do so much. Except for that, like all Fnatic sponsors, more recently Monster. We're expecting a lot with that as well. We're really happy about it, because we're monsters, right? And except for that, yeah, keep watching us, keep cheering for us, and well, I already said it. Hopefully we're crushing everyone very soon. So,
thanks for the interview, man.